I suppose when it comes to roads and roads funding, there's quite a lot that could be said here. I'd say maybe 4 to 5 hours is what's needed instead of 4 minutes, Minister. It's a pity in itself, and no disrespect to you, that it should be Minister Eamon Ryan should be here, and Jack Chambers maybe, you know, on that, especially Minister Ryan, because he has a lot of questions to answer in relation to lack of funding for roads. And, you know, there was a recent report stated in the last 6 months that the lack of funding on roads could cost, for roads being improvements made to it would cost people their lives. And sadly, I'm not blaming any one person or any one issue in particular, but certainly if roads lack funding, certainly there will be car accidents, and from car accidents come very sad situations for so many families throughout the country. I myself have been, I suppose like everybody else here, has been canvassing quite a lot recent, and you know, people have said to me, what is the number one topic coming up on the doorstep? Is it migration? Is it cost of living? Cost of living, yes, and migration is an issue, but my God, roads. And Cork County has been absolutely starved for funding. I think probably one of the lowest per kilometre. I'm more from St. Inside here. There was a recent meeting with Jack Chambers by TD in West Cork, and sure, like, I mean, this is 4 years too late. You know, it's coming up here talking about it and sending down sympathetic sound bites that we need to do something. Recently, in the front of the local paper in West Cork, there was a Fianna Fáil councillor blaming myself for and Deputy Cairns for a lack of funding, just Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael and government. I think he might have forgot that, and it's something he should have maybe thought about before he went pointing fingers at somebody else, because we can't. We can only plead and hope that a government is listening. Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil have refused to listen. The Cork County Council drew up a narrow report, an independent report that showed that they were the lowest per kilometre for funding for everything, right across from roads to local involvement schemes to community involvement schemes, the lowest to get the funding. So why is that? So basically, the clout at the table, the ministers, the senior ministers at the table, are whipping the money down their roads, and they're forgetting about the geographically give fair money. And I just pick out one thing, and it's not even in my constituency, it's in Crossbarry in West Cork, where there's a bridge there, and it's quite obvious if anybody stood there, it's a miracle people aren't being killed there on a regular basis. It's a narrow bridge, it's a hugely busy road, and they've been seeking funding to put a timber bridge on the inside. Now, I go down and I stay below in Wicklow when I'm up here in the Dáil. And in Wicklow, in the same situation, they got not alone a lovely footpath on the outside, which is correct to give it, but they also got a timber footpath inside the bridge, which is beautiful. Now, these people down in Crossbarry can't get a bridge anywhere. So there's children terrified of their life running, and the lorries basically brushing up against them every day of the week. A lorry, sometimes one lorry can't pass with the other lorry, and situations like that. Surely, Peter God, that's quite understanding there's going to be a loss of life, but you don't seem to care, and you don't seem to want. The local involvement scheme, the minister announced a holy glory funding a couple of weeks ago. Cork County Council said they needed 5.1 million, they got 2.5 million. The minister roared and shouted about it, but what she didn't tell us is that it's over 2 years. She forgot to tell the people of West Cork that, so she conned them. We're getting 2.5 million, which sounded great, of course, in the soundbite, but the soundbites are not the true reflection. I looked down and there's a road closure for the last 5 years. A bridge collapsed, no money to fix the bridge. It's just astonishing. Imagine any of your constituencies. A road collapses, a road gets fixed. These things happen. But in this case, it's left closed. Move on. It's closed. There's Ballinspittle. I talked to the people of Ballinspittle there. They recently flooded. The football club, Cossey Rovers Football GA Club. The flooding came in from the roadside in and destroyed some of their grounds, and nobody's going to have to repair it but themselves. The story goes on. I could be here for hours.